Champions, welcome. The squares have aligned and bingo is nigh. It's time for Elden Squares Season 3. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, we have a team of hitless runners who may be on a budget, but there is nothing lacking when it comes to skill. Their primary DLC player is the reigning rookie Rumble champion, a man who calls himself the Spectator but has such an impact on the game, you will feel his presence. It is none other than Lemon and his teammate, one of the most decorated hitless runners to ever play the game of bingo, the reigning Crucible champion looking to take the title within the Golden Order. It is none other than Cronies, Mr. Hitless. And their opponents fighting out of the blue corner, the most experienced team in the Golden Order. It is none other than Old But Gold. Their primary base game player is a man who we call Professor Bingo. He has been the head coach of Elden Squares for as long as we've had a coaching system. He was the inventor of Scadu Bingo, DLC Bingo with randomized weapons. It is none other than Professor Rambler and his teammate, the champion of Scadu Bingo Moonwalk. A man who came in with primary DLC experience and is looking to show everyone that he is the best DLC player in the world as he looks to dominate the DLC squares on this board today. It is none other than Jay the Joker. Now let's get ready to run that board and square off. All right, Thomas, you ready to go?
I am ready.
Then let's go ahead and do this thing. All right, and here we go. Center square predictions.
Give me 2 Dragonkins.
I'm going Melania all season until we actually get it.
Melania is on the board, just not center square this time.
Remembrance Boss Dagger's Fist only is the center square here on the board. That is quite an interesting one. If there is a good Dagger or Fist, we could see that being done as a way of getting into the DLC. I will say, already looking at this initially, this is not a very DLC heavy board. I do think that does favor Lemon and Cronies, as we talked about earlier, but some of the bigger squares on the board here, the cooler fights. We have Romina, Saint of the Bud. We have the Dragon Lord, Placidusax, whatever you want to call it. And also that Grafted Scion. I noticed that's actually been in the top right corner multiple times already this season. A very strong rush square there. The DLC line is kind of this middle, the second line, the second row. We have my biggest opposition, the Demi-Human Swordmaster, and Rilana Twin Moon Knight. Everyone loves to see a great Rilana fight there. These 2 Scorpion Charms should be of note here. I know this is a favorite square of Cronies in particular. He likes to go for this square quite a lot. Wouldn't be surprised if he went for that off rip initially here today. Egon's Furled Finger is another one of those DLC squares. But really a very base game heavy board. You know, another thing, we could see a very strong initial threat here. We talked about how dangerous the diags can be in this format a lot yesterday. This top right to bottom left diag kind of makes itself, or maybe it doesn't make itself, but it's fast, right? We have Remembrance Dagger's Fist only if there's a good Dagger Fist on Godric off rip. Sleeping Golem and Langdale is quite fast. Grafted Scion, the Chapel of Anticipation, is quite fast. And then we of course have 4 NPC bosses, which synergizes with Vike there. We also have Sewer Moog here, Misbegotten Crusader. But overall, this seems like a pretty balanced board, with the late squares probably being Dragon Lord, Placidusax, and Egon's Furled Finger would be my guess. Thomas, what's your take on the board here?
So there's 7 DLC squares. Usually the count is a good indicator of whether people will rush DLC. But I do think people will still rush DLC on this board because Rilana is in a really good position with castle bosses. You can kind of walk into DLC. These players are good enough that, you know, they can do that really relatively early. I did not see if there was a Dagger's Fist option. If you can get into DLC with Godric, it's okay. Yeah, Iron Balls. Lemon is holding Iron Balls. So I think we're definitely gonna see the Godric rush, and then uh, going into Renala. Early squares in DLC are gonna be like Rolana. Go Hippos maybe. You want to go through front section to get to Romina. South squares, there's Furled Finger and Swordsmaster, but it's not, it's not too great. You don't really want to do Furled Finger. That square really sucks. ADM is an NPC boss, but that's kind of it. For the base game player, there's really only two rushable square, like two really rushable in the normal sense, which is Scion and Sleeping Golem, both of them on the same line. Welcome to the quirks of this format, but a really good rushable square is Misbegotten Crusader. It's not too important on this board because there aren't that many big kills, but it is a rushable square. It gets you a lot of runes. Capital has like Sewer Moog, not too much else. Vike is on the way to Plassey, but one of the main synergies on this board is like Gelmir bosses, full-grown Falling Star Beast, and God bosses. Which is what I would expect. Maybe a little bit of early, priority towards, but we'll see how these guys play.
And we are underway. Here we go. I think immediately there was the Iron Balls there, so it's looking like we're gonna see a race just off rip between Lemon and Cronies here, or sorry, Lemon and Jay here, as they're gonna be going for Godric. I think this is a really big test for Jay here. If I'm being honest, like this board, I really do think favors Lemon and Cronies. They're just they're two of the best base game players in the entire league. So them being on the same team on a base game heavy board, and it does look like we're just gonna have a race here for Remembrance Boss Dagger's Fist only. Jay here is going for the Smithing Stone ones. Maybe Jay might decide to upgrade beforehand. Before going there. Meanwhile, Lemon is just running straight there. We also did see Flame Grant Me Strength from Corrin. So everyone, with the exception of Cronies, actually has gone ahead and picked up Flame Grant Me Strength. Rambler here is going for the Sleeping Golem in Lanedell. He's going to be uncontested to that. Meanwhile, Cronies is going for Scion. So no matter what, it looks like this diagonal will be neutralized, but the big question for me here is who wins this center square race between Jay and Lemon. Lemon is in on Margit first, but Jay did grab those smithing ones. He will have to go port to upgrade, but no, actually he's not even racing it. He's just gonna go ahead. He's just gonna say, hey, you know what? Like I would say Lemon might be the most dangerous player in the league to race on this.
Absolutely.
So I kind of can't blame him for kind of just going for the DLC first route. We do have Lemon here in on Margit though, so we'll go ahead and go full screen with him.
Yeah, I really don't blame Jay at all. Racing either Lemon or Cronies on this board is just like it's tough,
especially in the base game, right? Like I'm sure if like this was like a Rolana race or something like that, Jay would go for it, no question. But I think with like Margit, Godric, both these players are just so experienced with base game and stuff, like it's gonna be hard to beat them.
Yeah, absolutely.
As Lemon does get Margit down first.
A little bit quicker, just by virtue of like running through Margit and Godric with an upgraded weapon.
Yes.
Very minor, very, like you're still obviously down a square and you're only saving about 20 seconds, which can be, which can be neutralized with a Renala moon. But I think the interesting thing is Jay is going balls. I'm wondering if I would prefer Rotten Battlehammer over balls if I'm not contesting Dagger's Fist.
Yeah, that's a good point, right? That Rotten Battlehammer is a great weapon. We do see a little bit of weapon diversity here. Cronies does love his smithing weapons, so I'm not surprised to see him take one. But Rambler here going for the Bloodhound's Fang, as we have both of them going for squares on that diagonal. I am happy to see that at the very least Cronies and Rambler are splitting here, because this diag could get out of control very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Cronies actually did get hit there to Scion. And gets hit again. He does have heals though.
Yep.
And Rambler actually very nicely done getting that sleeping golem and Lanedell down. Meanwhile, Cronies does go ahead and finish out the grafted Scion. So there we go. 2 squares on the diagonal. That diag is blocked.
Yep.
And that threat is neutralized. Lemon here though, nerves have to be on a little bit, right? His Margit could have been slightly faster, wasn't perfect, right? Part of which due to RNG. And he gets absolutely walloped there by the Falcon, but goes ahead and is okay. Does grab the Grace here. And here we go. Lemon is going to be in on Godric, looking to claim that center square of Remembrance Boss, Daggers, Fist only. Yeah, it's kind of. I do agree. It is kind of crazy, Tony, that Jay is not going for this, but I completely understand. It just Lemon and or Cronies is just that's not a team I would really want to race, right? And especially like, I think the kind of the skill set for Old But Gold is definitely more tactical, right? Or DLC. I think in terms of base game rush squares, right? That's not going to be their strength, right? The good news is like you said though, like even though not a whole ton of DLC squares on this board, like Chief Bloodfiend can be done very early, Rolana can be done very early, and that would also be a castle boss. Demi-Human Swordsmaster can be done early. Like I think ultimately the center square is the strongest play, but Jay will beat Lemon to the DLC, and there is adequate counterplay.
Yeah, I think there is an argument to just go for it either way, right? Like like Eva said, right? Like the time advantage that you get by not going for it is so minuscule, and it can be circumvented by like RNG, right? Renala Moons, Red Wolf Stalls, all of that can happen. And it's like at the end of the day, are we are you really saving that much time that is worth it? That maybe there's an argument to just go for it either way, but this will be a really quick mark for Lemon with Iron Balls.
Yep, a very quick mark there, very nicely done by Lemon, and we see Cronies here actually immediately going to La Pressa P, and Rambler here as well, potentially. I think Rambler's might go ahead and grab this Grace here, and potentially a Sacred Tier there. But we got Jay here going into the Red Wolf fight, so we'll go ahead and go full screen with Jay here. Oh, Jay tried to heal, but double greased.
Oh.
Not the end of the world, but does mean obviously just you got to do this first try now, a little bit more pressure.
Yep.
I do that all the time. Come on, Jay. This Red Wolf is not. You actually kind of want Red Wolf to be a little bit more aggressive, right? Just because it makes a fight faster. One more hit should do it for Jay here. Oh, he gets tagged by the Glint Blades. Roll. Nicely done. Good save there. Great job, Jay.
Yep. Oh my god. Cronies is going up. Precipice. Precipice is a really good option in this format. It actually gives you all of your 4s. You're smithing 4s, and you're smithing 3. your 2 smithing 3s. It gives you 2 smithing 3s. You get the one in but he went Scion, so it doesn't matter too much. But it's a really good option for base game players. If you don't really need anything in Dragon Barrow, if you don't need Source Heal, I can understand going Precipice. I like Dectus personally. I think Source Heal is a really good thing to have. Well, he had Weapon Wreck, so maybe it's not that important. But the charged tier and the charged talisman is really, really nice when fighting stuff. That might be reason enough to go for it. You also get a Grace next to a Erdtree Avatar in Liurnia for a tree boss. But either option is fine. Speed-wise, they're about the same depending on how Makar RNG is. But yeah, I'm curious as to what they're going to do for their opening plays on this board. A Falling Star Beast and a Full Grown isn't bad. It gives you a Gelmir boss, gives you your smithing 7s, at least for cronies. So that's a square he might be eyeing. Builds their row, and blocks the Sleeping Golem line.
Yep. And we do have Jay here fighting Margit, and I know, it is rather distracting armor, I will say that, but the Guardian Garb Full Bloom does increase your heals. It is actually a very good armor piece to have. It's something that like I keep an eye out for, particularly in like rando or something, because having that extra boost to your heals is really nice. So yes, it is a bit distracting having that giant flower on your back, but it is optimal because you can actually see the little icon there under Jay's health bar. That means that he's increased flask. So if you combine that with Crimson Seed, especially because they do stack, like your flasks are going to be cooking.
Yeah, distracting as fuck, but it is actually nice to have. Depends on what you're killing. But yeah, another square that I didn't mention earlier, Demi-Human Queens, is kind of a Gelmir square. The race to Gelmir for base game players is really strong. Full-grown Demi-Humans, that's 3 Gelmir bosses right there. So yeah, I think that's what both of these players are going to eye. Other than that, I think we're going to see an early upgrade for Jay and Lemon into like a very early Rolana.
As Jay gets tagged there, Jay, this always throws you off, man. When you get tagged, you get in trouble, like, because you practice this line perfectly. You don't often practice it where you make a mistake, but very nicely done there by Jay getting through. I've seen so often if players get hit there, they get thrown off and they die. So that was actually really nicely done by Jay there. Obviously not getting hit the initial by the missing that jump, but recovery was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually we do see a little bit of different tactics here. Lemon's going for Hoarfrost Stomp. Meanwhile, Jay went and got the Frost Wet Blade and then got Storm Stomp. Really, there's no difference on the Ash of War, just about how you're getting your cold. The only thing is here, we could see maybe Lemon doesn't go hard into the DLC. Like, it's not a very DLC heavy board. You've claimed center square, right? We could see a little bit of like a 2v1 in base game here, depending on what they decide to do.
So one thing is Lemon didn't actually go left side Liurnia. He doesn't have the Academy key. He dropped off and went right side straight to the EG teleporter. And I guess he's going back to it.
And we do have Jay here. He is in on Godric. And also we're going to see Cronies. Okay. Cronies here will be going to the dual screen in just a second, as Cronies is going for the Magma Worm Makar.
Yep.
Lemon did also buy those Bewitching branches, potentially looking at Nile as an option for a castle boss there.
Yeah, it's really one of the really quick ones that you have. If you get the
skip in and then the Bewitching branches.
Exactly. Yeah, it's super quick. It's a lot quicker than running to Leonine. So even if he loses Rolana, he can still he might still go to Altus on this board.
As we're gonna go to the dual screen here, Cronies is in on Makar.
Yeah, for DLC players, you kind of want to claim the good squares. You know, there's like Rolana is a good square. Hippos isn't bad of a square, and you kind of just want to get out of there.
Very nice Godric there by Jay. We'll go full screen with cronies.
Very nice.
Oop, cronies.
Yeah, you kind of want to just claim the easy squares. Rolana, Swordmaster, South, Hippos is not bad. Ramina isn't too bad, but it's a pretty long run to her. But yeah, this isn't really a board where you want to stick around for DLC.
And
Death Knight's really out of the way.
Thomas, I got a question for you. I just saw Lemon pick up a singular smithing 4 there in Academy. Is there some sort of alternate like smithing 4 route?
He's going virgins.
Okay, that means he's going virgins.
Yeah. So what he's actually doing is he's doing he might be looking at he might be looking at Gelmir God bosses. And isn't going for, maybe that's why he went Hoarfrost Stomp, because he's not going to kill Red Wolf.
Yeah,
it's like the one thing that I can think of.
And you know what? Yeah, exactly. God boss is here, right? Because you already got Godric down. You get God Devouring Serpent, Rykard, and Godskin Noble. And boom, there you go. By the way, Rambler and Cronies here are getting to Altus at pretty much the exact same time.
Yep. Yep.
Jay's running into some issues from Moongrum there, but Moongrum does yeet himself off the cliff, and Jay is good. And you were right, Lemon is going straight to those Abductor Virgins.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and go full screen with Jay here for Renala.
Yeah. For Virgins, there is one in the well, he might be doing Noble. I do wonder if that's what he's doing. He's probably going to kill Noble and then do Virgins, is what I would guess. Or he wants... Cronus is looking at Full Grown and Falling Star Beast right now, which is... Yeah, this will be a fast DLC for relatively fast with balls. But I don't think any major mistakes from Jay. Rambler is looking at Loretta.
I will say Full Grown and Falling Star Beast, while maybe not the fastest square, you get a lot of stones. You get a lot of smithing stones by doing that.
Exactly. Yeah. When you don't go to Fort Faroth, you don't get your 7s. But killing the Falling Star Beast, you get your 5s in this tunnel, and then you get your 7s in from the boss. And then obviously the Deep Root 6s are still the quickest. So this is really good for
Lord, welcome in. And just to explain the format, if we do have any new players here, so this is, if you've been watching Bingo Brawlers, which I assume you people probably have, obviously everyone loves Bingo Brawlers. It's similar in that it is base game plus DLC 2v2, but everything else is quite different. Everyone starts within the base game, and it is a progression based format. Once you get Altus access, you unlock all of your late game base game squares, including, consecrated snowfields, mountaintops, etc., underground. And then in order to get DLC access, you need to kill 2 remembrances. You can kill any 2 remembrances. Actually, every single remembrance in the base game is in play, with the exception of Ashen Capital. So yeah, any 2 will get you there. The most common that we see for players who are rushing the DLC is Godric Renala. That is the fastest way. But a lot of times, like the primary base game player for your team, they might want to go to the DLC to help their teammate out later in the game, and sometimes they'll do something as crazy as like Melania and Radon, right? Or any combination there. Anything works in order to get to the DLC there. As actually will be of note, Lemon there was having some issues with the page skip, and ended up just bailing out of it.
Yeah,
Cronies is fighting that full-grown Falling Star Beast there. Or, sorry, not the full-grown, the regular Falling Star Beast. We'll go ahead and get to the dual screen. Jay does get Renala down. Very nicely done.
Yep.
And by the way, if anyone is new, if you do have any questions about the format or the game in general, we will try to answer them on commentary. And if we can't get it on commentary, we have so many different players in this league. And someone in chat will get it. But we see Lemon here with a very early Godskin Noble. Keep in mind, he does have strike damage here. The cold is going to help him out a lot, but this is not easy. Also, I want to give a quick shout out, Sci-Fi Code. Sci-Fi, thank you so much for the raid, man. If anyone doesn't know, in Elden Squares, we have 3 different divisions here. This is a grassroots league open to all different players. We have the Golden Order, which is the top division you're watching now. We have the Crucible, which is the same format, the one division lower. And then we have the Rookie Match, which is base game singles, meant for brand new players. Sci-Fi was commentating a rookie game. It was an absolutely awesome game between Marks and Arkham Knight, going 13-11. Thank you so much, Sci-Fi, for joining the broadcast. And Sci-Fi will be broadcasting the regular season rookie games, so make sure to follow Sci-Fi to get those rookie broadcasts. Thank you so much for the raid, man. And we also do see Rambler here in on Loretta as well, so we're gonna go ahead and bring him up on the side-by-side here next to Lemon. Also, just while we're doing shout outs and stuff, if anyone does want to get in on the bingo action, whether you want to play yourself or just watch practice games within the Discord, learn more about bingo, you can join Ignite. It's again, anyone is welcome to play. It is a grassroots league, and you do have to be on PC because we do use a weapon randomizer and mods. But yeah, we would love to have you. In Rambler, there actually did go down to Loretta, so we'll go full screen with Lemon here as he tries to finish this out.
Yeah, the damage on Noble here is really bad. +9 balls. He's super resistant to strike. The cold is helping a lot, but still a really technical fight, and we're kind of seeing Lemon's technical prowess here.
Balls are so hard against Noble. When I was doing some like randomizer speed runs, right? Starfists are so much better than balls, specifically because like on Godskin Noble, right, where the strike damage is really bad. If you have that bleed, it really makes up for it on the Starfist, but on balls here, you can just see like the damage is so lacking. As Lemon gets tagged there, Rambler is back in on Loretta. Lemon, really nice dodge on the Noble Presence with his life on the line. That was absolutely sick. Really nice job there by Lemon. Really great fight, great kill.
Yeah. Getting that first try is such a confidence booster. It's such a fight where you can get memed, you can get like just rolled on, he can clip through a pillar, he can do so much just shit, and getting that right now is so good. I think he's gonna finish out his God bosses. He's gonna do Gelmir bosses.
Whoa.
He's gonna get DLC first is what I mean, sorry.
Bronies here is going for Vike. Already he has to do this Hitless. He is Mr. Hitless. Cronies is one of, he has competed with Gino Machino for world's first Hitless runs. Like, he is one of the best Hitless runners in the world, but this is not an easy fight to do Hitless by any means.
Yeah. He has a +21 weapon, but 0 Vig. I'm pretty sure almost anything is a one-shot.
Yeah. He's one-shot to like anything.
Buffing. Yeah.
He's doing a really nice job of denying Vike the buff.
Yep.
He tries to buff over and over again. So if you can hit him out of it, it just gives you some punish windows, because he will try to buff as right there, right? Cronies does a really nice job of denying it and gets a free little punish there.
Yep. You're constantly playing around his Ash of War, which just hyper armors and one-shots you. And one of the really shitty things about Vike is that he's immune to all status. So even though he's got a double status, he took the status off actually for this, for this fight, but even though he's usually got a double status weapon, means nothing against Vike. But he is, I'm gonna say no comment on how the fight is going.
And it does appear that Vike was able to get the buff off there, so now he's going to be much more aggressive, right? Those free punish windows go away.
Yep.
And that's what you have to be so careful of that Ash of War.
Yep.
I mean, with low Vig, obviously, but with high Vig, even the initial part of the Ash of War doesn't do a ton of damage, but it frame traps you, and then you just get destroyed on the second half, right? That is the Storm Assault Ash.
Yep. Yeah, and we do see Rambler going for Loretta for the sake of gets him an Onyx Lord. He gets a Scorpion Charm, which he's buying right now.
And Lemon here is in on Rykard. That'll be his third God Boss. We're gonna stay here with Cronies though, and then we'll check in with Lemon after this fight.
Yeah, Lemon has practiced with Rykard. He'll be fine. But this low Vig Vike is a this is the main event.
I would just like to point out that the last time Thomas said that players would be fine, both players died to Godric.
No comment.
Or to what was it Godric or Radon? Sorry, Radon. Sorry.
I said people can do this in their sleep, and they both die.
Oh, come on, Cronies. I'm like nervous for him. He's probably watching sometimes I feel like I get more nervous than like I would if I was playing or the players do. He gets the kill with the throwing knife and somehow narrowly dodges that lightning. Really, really nicely done there by Cronies. That's an absolutely huge kill from him.
That is insane.
Insanely well done. We're gonna go ahead and send it down to Lemon though, as he is in on Godric phase 2. Or sorry, Rykard phase 2.
Yeah. That is insanity.
Also, will be of note, Jay is the only player with DLC access at the current moment. Lemon will get DLC access with this Rykard kill. This will be his second remembrance. Yep. He did Godric for the Dagger's Fist only at the start of the game, and then Rykard. Jay making his way to Rilana here. You know, we talked about earlier, right? Like, we didn't necessarily expect, we thought Jay might try to contest the Dagger's Fist only, but Jay's real strong suit is the DLC, right? So not surprised to see him going for an early Rilana.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Cronies is going into this tunnel. He gets, there's Rambler with the Scorpion Charm's mark. I think it's insanely heads up for Cronies to do that square, because like with this play by Lemon, they know they're behind in the DLC, and row 2 is 3 DLC squares, and block, like having the foresight to just block with Vike immediately is like just kind of insane.
Yep. By the way, if anyone wonders what Cronies is doing here, he is in yellow Onyx tunnel. There are 2 unique Onyx Lords here that he can kill for that square. But we don't care about Onyx Lords. We're gonna go full screen with Jay here as he goes for Rilana. This will be honestly one of the earliest Rilanas we've seen all season.
Yep. Yeah. Cronies also gets a plus 25. He gets all of his 8s and a 25 stone in that tunnel. But more importantly is Rilana.
Actually whiffing here a little bit with the balls. And not because that's
rough.
Just because of bad tracking, not because of a range issue. Really nice strafe there. Get that charge R2 punish in the frost.
Yep.
Great rolls. And actually Lemon here is making his way to the Abductor Virgins. You know, Rambler here, it looks like he's going to be going Volcano Manor potentially as well, but Lemon already has 3 of 5 God Bosses dead.
Yeah.
Jay only has 4 heals left. You know, you got to remember, guys, this is not, his weapon is not maxed out, and he only has plus 5 flasks here. Like, this is not easy whatsoever. Yeah. The only kind of benefit that these players get is they do start with plus 5 Scadu in the DLC just to even it out a little bit, right? But advantage is definitely on Rilana's side here in terms of scaling.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I am worried here. What?
Do you know what weapon level this is? Was he?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it's plus 18.
Okay.
I will say I'm a little concerned here for Jay because he's not getting caught in like the big combos, but you know, he's getting chipped down a lot, right? He has a full health bar and one flask left for this fight. Lemon is in on the Abductor Virgins here. We're going to keep it with Cronies, though. Or sorry, with Jay. Big stagger there.
Oh my god.
All right, here come the moons. Tonight we steal the moon. Big jump R2 there. You know, one other thing here is Jay needs to be very careful. This Guardian Garb full bloom actually has negative fire damage negation, so he will be taking extra fire damage here as the pick. Oh my fucking god, I cursed the shit out of him.
Oh no, that is so unlucky. Oh my fucking god. Oh, that's so sad.
We're gonna check
100%.
in here with Lemon here as he's having a tough time with the Abductor Virgins here.
Yeah.
And Jay, you know what? Jay's back in, so we'll go ahead and bring it to just the dual screen here with Lemon as Lemon goes down. So never mind. All right, I cursed Lemon back by putting him on a big screen. So we'll go back with Jay. Now that I've evened out the caster's cursing.
Yep. So Cronus is going into Misbegotten Crusader.
Yes.
Which is a shitty line for them to deal with. Classy is a long fight. It's pretty out of the way. The synergy with Vike is gone now.
And I just want to point out Jay here. Jay looks a little tilted. Just by the way he's playing, like I see him going for some punishes that are just like tilt, right? Like they're just the tilt punishes where it's like, you know, it's not safe. Jay knows it's not safe, but he's just, you know, a little annoyed after that last fight and going for him anyways. Just something to keep an eye on here.
You really can't blame him. I mean,
no,
in this format,
I would be on. Especially because it's not like he died. If it's a fast death, like so be it, right?
Yep.
But dying literally one hit away is horrific.
Yeah, I mean, in this format, like, you know, these players are so skilled, but these fights are so long, and losing the tempo, like with a death, is really. It's so draining mentally.
Yeah,
is what it is.
All right, Jay does get the attack that he wants. Most of the time, the players try to, when she does that phase transition, or that stance move, right? If you're close to her, she'll do fire. If you're far away from her, or kind of mid-range, she will do magic. Normally, what the players want to get is they want to get that magic attack, and then the hitboxes, as you kind of saw there, are really badly coded on that magic attack if you're right up against her. So they will bait out that magic attack, then run straight in. And that was a nice job by the Jay there. It looks like Rambler here is going Volcano Manor as well.
Yeah.
I would say potentially walking into a snipe here. Lemon does need Altus access to finish out his god bosses because he needs access to Godfroy. He just needs to kill Godfroy and the Godskin Apostle in Altus.
Yeah. One of the nice things for Lemon and Cronies is they're quiet on the board. With the exception of the Remembrance Dagger's Fist only, which is a square you expect to see.
I will say we've been so enthralled with Jay here, but you know what? Cronies just got down. Jay goes down again. Oh, that's brutal.
My God.
We're gonna bring Lemon and Rambler up here. Cronies just got down the Misbegotten Crusader.
Yeah. Yeah. This Virgins is an actual fight.
Yeah.
For Lemon right now, which is which is why he's been at it for a little bit. But as I was saying, they're quiet on the board, or sorry, Lemon is quiet on the board, and that's really working to their advantage because they've got no idea what Lemon is doing.
Yeah, and Cronies is playing really solid. Like he's playing like Cronies, right? Like he's one of the best. He's one of the best hitless runners in the league. Well, he's the most credentialed hitless runner to ever play Elden Squares. You could argue, obviously, I think Gino's the most credentialed hitless runner, but then whether you want to pick V-Swed or CBD or Cronies as the second, right? Like you could argue, right? But and like he's just kind of playing his game, playing really solid. He's got 3 squares here already for his team. Has as many squares as everyone else right now.
And he's really just blitzing them is the thing.
When did Shoke play? Did Shoke play bingo, Link? If so, I was not aware. I just meant of people who have played bingo. Not overall. There's so many demons in hitless overall. But. Yeah. Rambler here working on Altus Gelmir bosses. So you know what, that Godskin Noble, right? It is, there's potential for the God boss, but also you get an Altus boss or a Gelmir boss as well.
Yeah. And Lemon is actually gonna finish Gelmir bosses with the Demi-Human. This is a 2v1, like, in all honesty. I wonder if Lemon is gonna finish Demi-Humans. I wonder if he's gonna go all the way. It's a really long run to the Volcano Cave one, but to be fair, if he gets south, he doesn't have to do the run to Volcano Cave. He can kill the one in the DLC for his 4th.
Yes, that is correct. Jay here finishing up Rolana. Also want to give a massive shout out to Belbo. Belbo, thank you so much for the raid. Belbo just finished up a game within the Rookie Rumble. Like I said, we got 3 different leagues, bingo matches going on all the time. So Belbo, I hope you had a great game and enjoyed it, and thank you so much for the raid, guys. If you want to stay up to date with more bingo action, make sure to follow our players, including Belbo. And Jay gets that down very nicely done there. Lemon here is going to finish out the Demi-Human Queen, which will give him final Gelmir boss. Yes. Noodles, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support.
Yeah, we have Maggie, a really easy fight. This terrain does not make it easy at all. She runs away. Oh my god, this is terrible. But Lemon is dealing with it well. Killing all the small enemies. But yeah, this is a 2v1 for Lemon and Cronies. Because Cronies is now running and gonna finish. Like he's gonna run now, finish. Full-grown Falling Star Beast. Lemon might even finish Demi-Human Queens and push that row. Row 3 is kind of really disgusting. With like Gargs as a block, there's nothing else that Radon gives, and Furled Finger as a block is really, really just not fun to deal with. With this, I think I want to see. NPC bosses is a really important square, I think, for Old But Gold.
I think so too.
Sorry, column 1.
Yeah, I agree.
Is a huge threat.
They need to find a way to push column 1.
Yep.
Bingo, just to be very clear if anyone's new, bingos do not win in this format, but they are +2 points, right? So incredibly valuable, right? Even though it's not auto win. That +2 points is massive. First team to 13 points wins. Every single square is a point, and then you get 2 bonus points, 2 bonus squares for the bingo.
Yeah. Lemon with DLC access is still sitting in base game and doing base game things.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta say, this is like a very strange board. This is the lightest DLC board I think I've seen all season in terms of commentated games, right? I'm sure there have been some practice games where someone can pull up an example of like less DLC, but yeah, this for in terms of like official games with commentary, at least in the Golden Order, the lightest one I've seen all season.
Yeah.
And definitely a board that you gotta say in the long run, it like does favor Lemon and Cronies. I think Rambler and Jay might be one of, if not the, it's hard to say, but they're possibly the strongest team in terms of DLC. Lemon and Cronies are probably the strongest team in the base game, right? So having a base game heavy board does really favor them, right? Because they have neglected DLC. Lemon has DLC access, but has not even gone yet.
Yeah, he's even doing the base game upgrade route, right? Like he's going plus 18 through base game, which is faster than running to reprimand if he's not planning on going and getting his 8s later on.
Yeah, I feel like kind of the man of the match so far, the person who's making so much of a difference has been Cronies, right? Like this is a format that is designed. Like it's designed to be super hard for the best players in the world. As we're gonna go ahead and put Rambler and Cronies here up on the full screen, but like it's designed to be really hard for the best players, right? It's was designed knowing how good our players are and wanting to push them to the limits, right? We've seen mistakes here from Lemon, Jay, and Rambler, right, throughout the game. Cronies though has just played really solid all game long, as you would expect from someone like from Cronies, right? That's just what he does, and it's making the difference in this game, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think like there are, everyone in this league is amazing. There are very few players who are just going to be like, yeah, I'll go do Vike at I'll go do Vike Hitless.
Yeah.
Like as a player in this league, I don't think I'm doing that for a little while. It's going to need a lot of practice.
Yeah, everyone's amazing and everyone's been practicing so much, but there are certain people, right, who because of, the skill set that they brought in, right, like just have like unique ability. And Cronies' unique ability, right, maybe it goes unsung in a game where everyone else plays perfect, right? But he will, I think if you look at like long season, if you were to count out like the player with the least deaths or the player with the least hits or something like that, like I would be shocked if it wasn't Cronies, right? Like he doesn't make mistakes, as I say, as he gets hit.
Classic. Yeah, Lemon is actually stealing castle bosses, which is insanely heads up, and I think 100% the right play. Because with this mark, they shut down the board and they're up ahead on, majority 7-3. Shut down all the bingos. They've still got threats of their own, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah, and actually, we're gonna go ahead and go to the quad screen here. We have Lemon going for Nile. I know it's a little choppy; it'll work itself out. Rambler there is going for the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Jay is making his way to Ancient Dragon Man, and Cronies is still finishing out the full-grown Falling Star Beast as Rambler does go down there. Lemon using those Bewitching Branches very nicely, able to take care of both of those. In stop motion animation, is able to take care of the swordsman.
Next slide, please. Yeah.
By the way, everyone, thank you so much for the support and for the hype train. We do greatly appreciate it. A lot of work goes into this, so I'm glad to see that you guys are enjoying it. Cronies does go ahead and get that down. Jay here working on ADM and Rambler here working on the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Let's go ahead. We're gonna actually go ahead and put Rambler and Lemon here up onto the big screen. We'll get that board back up for you guys. But yeah, 7-3 lead for Budget Hitless. We've seen this format though. We've seen bigger comebacks already this season. Yep. So by no means is this over, but I do think that Rambler and Jay maybe need to look for a bingo line here. Particularly like that column 1 is so important, but we have Lemon there trying to take the castle bosses. Give me 1 second here, chat. I'm gonna go ahead and just try to refresh, so everyone's gonna go down for just a second. I do apologize. I just want to try to get everyone's stream up and good. There we go. My apologies about that. Jay does get down the ancient dragon man there. And wait, how did Cronies just die? What just happened?
I think he messed up the skip down to NPC bosses. He's running to patches, but yeah, messed up the skip there. I like this by them. I think they realized that column 1 is the one threat, and double blocking right now with castle bosses and NPC bosses is really strong. Jay is holding on to castle bosses. When you're ahead, it's kind of this game of chicken of what you really want to, like how much you want to hold your square. Or sorry, when you have a prio on a square, it's really kind of a game of chicken of how long you want to hold on to it. And I think like Jay needs to hold on to this. If he cashes out.
All right, and Lemon does get that done, and okay, that is just his stream issue. Hopefully it works itself out, but there's nothing that can be done on our end. I did just pull it up on my phone to check. We're gonna put Jay here up on the big screen as he goes ahead and works on the golden hippo. Yeah, Lemon just gonna go Leonine, and then he takes castle bosses.
Yep.
And I think at that point, Old but Gold are in a really tough spot here.
It's rough, right? When you're behind and no bingo threats are there, it's you're relying a lot on snipes. You're relying on reading what your opponent is doing. It's kind of your only way back into the game. Because obviously with lines still on the board, you push them. But yeah, Jay is trying to soak up as much value into the DLC as he can. He's got ADM dead. He'll have access to hippos. He'll have access to demi-human. Lemon still has nothing in the DLC and only a plus 18 weapon. To be fair, Jay might have the same, but yeah.
Okay, Rambler does get down that DTS. Jay is one hit away or so here on the hippo. One more. All right, and Jay does get hippo down. So if we kind of take stock of the board, I mean, there's just a lot of problems because those NPC bosses are about to pop here for Cronies. He's actively working on them, right? He's at 2 down. Lemon is going to go take castle bosses. There's nothing that can be done about that. Lemon just does win that square. And then at that point, I mean, it's 9-3, and to add insult to injury, right? All the bingos are blocked, right? Still not over for till it's over, but it's a very rough position that Old but Gold have found themselves in this game.
It is really, really rough. Jay is setting up prio on every single DLC square. And he'll have with this castle mark, he'll have a good idea of where Lemon is. So that is kind of going to be the silver lining for them right now. That like it's obviously not over till it's over. By the way, still come back.
I do just want to say Lemon's having some major stream issues. He is over 2 minutes behind, and that's both on. I also checked on my phone too. He's just having some major stream issues. So we will probably see castle bosses marked well before you actually see it on screen, because Lem's stream is just in hell right now. We do apologize about that, but you know, these guys are not professional streamers, they're professional bingo players, right? So you know, sometimes when there's stream issues, there's just nothing that can be done. Yeah, as Lemon marks castle bosses while going up the elevator. I mean, obviously,
Leonine fight.
Yeah, very clean Leonine fight. Obviously, we'll see it in real time. We'll make sure, you know, we can make sure on our end that the mark was clean. But yeah, just to make sure he's not cheating, nothing nefarious, which I can't imagine he would be, right? But yeah.
Yeah, it's probably gonna have to be Gary Garrison, I think, unless he wants to kill Radon. He might kill Radon and do Mimic Tier, set up Gargs, because the NPC boss isn't pressing anymore. So you might go for
And he does go to Kaled, actually. This might be a Radon play.
Yeah. Radon makes sense. If Lemon didn't get that square, you would just go Gary Garrison for the last one that's quick. But since you have the time and you know you can read it, go Radon. if you lose the square, at least you're set up for Gargs.
That is very true. And by the way, guys, I just want to say this is going to be the only match for today, but we do have 3 bingo matches coming up tomorrow. So make sure to join Ignite to stay updated on the league. Drop me a follow too. We're 21 followers away from 1,000 followers. So I would really appreciate it. It'd be awesome to hit that milestone. And yeah, thank you so much for enjoying the league and watching bingo with us. It means the world.
Yeah, give this man a follow. He puts all the fucking work, sets this whole league up, does everything. Doesn't get the flowers he deserves, but you know, follow goes a long way.
Hey, the flowers are on Jay's back right now. All right, here. So Cronus is going for Radahn into Mimic Tier, which will be his final NPC boss. That will also set him up for Valiant Gargs as well. Is there a way though? Like, because the thing is, Jay does have such a big lead on the DLC, right? If we were to hypothetically, there's 5 DLC squares left, right? That would hypothetically get Old but Gold up to 9, right? Is there any way we would need Rambler here to win 4 of the remaining base game squares here, which is a very tough proposition.
He's working on tree bosses right now. He has DTS dead, so he's closer to Super Moog. There's no world that he gets god bosses at this point. There's no world that he gets NPC. Those 2 are lost. It's going to be 10-4. Bloodhound Knights he's pretty close to because he's closer, I should say, to because he has Volcano Manor. He can get one there. Demi-Human Queens. Lemon has 1 dead in Altus.
Yeah, and Lemon's working on something right now. Like Lemon's stream is 4 minutes in the past at this point. Yeah, so
we'll see the Leonine.
Yeah, we'll see what he's working on after Leonine. All right, we are gonna have Jay here about to walk into Radahn. Meanwhile, Cronus here is about to walk into Radahn. Somehow I've been mixing those 2 up all day. As Cronus here is going. Oh my God, I did it again. Cronus is going to Radahn. Jay's doing the Demi-Human Swordmaster.
And we're about to see a really clean Leonine from London. 4 minutes in the past.
Oh, as Jay does that, Onze doesn't play.
Oh my God.
My opposition. I hate that man so much.
That's everyone's opposition. Let's keep it a buck.
We're gonna go ahead. Let's go full screen with Cronus. Let's see his. I think if Cronus gets hit on Radahn here, Budget Hitless needs to forfeit and have a name change. Very nicely done. He actually might even. Yeah, I mean he's gonna get a 1 cycle.
This will be a 1 cycle. Yep.
Yep. Very big. Huge. Great
Lemon
job
finishes
there.
God bosses.
Lemon finishes God bosses. We'll see it as he now is almost 5 minutes in the past.
Rambler finishes tree bosses.
Dude, it's just been one of those days. I don't know why. Like it just feels like the perfect storm of just weird things happening today, right? Lemon stream issues. Yeah, we had that glorious intro from Harv, right? It's been one of those days. It was about to happen at some point. It's week 3.
Yep. Is Jay? No, Jay is going to Demi-Human Queens.
No, he's going back. He died to Onze and didn't get a grace and has to run all the way back.
Oh, okay. Good call.
Yeah.
I was looking at where he's running. I'm like, he's not going to Dancer, is he? No, he's going back to Onze. There's a Demi-Human Queen here. He might kill. Yeah, I think there's no world that we would see Dancer. But yeah, I mean, very few very, very little base game left, honestly, on this board. Classy is really out of the way. I think we're going to see Cronies go immediately into... Okay, Rambler is the one going into Demi-Humans. He's calling Lemon's Pride.
Yeah, and Jay's potentially in trouble here against the Swords Master. I'm scared to put him on the big screen because I feel like I'm going to just murder him. All right, no, he does get it down. Very nicely done.
He gets it down, yep.
All right, look, they are. It is 9-6. Like they are.
Yep.
They are bringing it back, right?
Yep.
The question is, will they run out of time, right? That is the big question here.
Yeah. Because Cronies is going to get about 2 squares right now. He knows that he's probably not contested on guards. He gets NPC bosses, gets guards, and then I mean it's really just a question of the last 2 squares that they go for.
Yeah, because I think Rambler needs to get these demi-human queens. It looks like Lemon is potentially working on those right now as well. Rambler really does need this. Yeah, it's just necessary. They just have to have it. Because if they are able to do some work here in the base game, get a few of these squares off of them, then there's room to come back, right? They need to get 3 base game squares here. 3 base game squares is what they need.
Jay die? Was he going to... I think Jay is pushing NPC bosses.
I think he is, and that's just going to be a straight up snipe.
Yeah.
I understand why he's doing it, because he already killed ADM, and then he has access to Dane, right? Who's pretty free.
Yep.
But yeah, he's just going to get sniped.
Yep. I mean, Lemon and Cronies playing this just not... Lemon hasn't set foot in the DLC, which is insane.
Crazy.
2v2 base game plus DLC, they said. That's what we were promised.
It's 2v1v1.
Of course.
Yeah. And yeah, Lemon is now 6 minutes in the past.
Lemon is going... Maybe he's going sewer mode. Or wait, no, he's doing God. This is a God boss, right? Yeah, this is a God boss.
Yeah, he's already marked. He's already marked it.
Yeah, he's already marked where he's at. Yeah.
We have no idea what he's working on right now.
Oh my God.
You know what? I think I'm gonna call a bit of an audible here with the broadcast. What we're gonna do here is, since Lemon is permanently in the past, we're just gonna keep him in the bottom left corner there. We'll keep Cronies in the top left, and then I'll cycle between Jay and Rambler there on the right side.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay got sniped on that as he was in the Patches cave. Which is really unfortunate.
Yep, so Jay does pivot out there. Rambler is continuing to work on queens here.
Mm-hmm.
And Cronies is going to guards.
I think Jay is going Blood Fiend through Elac.
Yeah. Either Blood Fiend or
he's
Death
getting
Knight.
Disgrace or Death Knight. But yeah, if he doesn't have any route-based access, it's faster through here. So he's probably gonna get Disgrace, and then he's got those 2 squares. The issue is that like Jay knows Lemon has DLC. So really, it's this game of chicken of, does Lemon go into the DLC?
Yeah,
and
that is the game within the game at this point, right?
Yeah, and that's the worry, right? Like, if you're Jay, he tried going back into base game to do the 1 square that he could do. He can't do NPC bosses, or he can't do sewer mode. He doesn't have Altus. He can't do Plasty. He doesn't have Altus. He can't do Gargs. He doesn't have Altus. Bloodhound Knights, I think you can do no Altus. Trying to remember. There's the 2 bosses, the one in Caelid, then the one in Academy. Yeah, you could do it without Altus.
Yeah, Rambler is set up potentially for Sewer Mug though.
Yep.
He is in on the Demi-Human Queen here now. So
yep.
if Lemon, if Rambler can get Demi-Human Queens in Sewer Mog, the problem is they still need one more base game square.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And Cronies is making he set up Gargs and is now actually making his way towards Plassey.
Yeah. Yeah. It's really smart. Oh my god.
We have no idea where Lemon is. Lemon is in hell. Like I'm literally
Lemon is somewhere.
I'm watching his stream to make sure that like the marks and stuff are good and there isn't anything nefarious, right? But yeah, his stream is dead. I'm curious. I wonder why Jay chose to go Death Knight instead of Bloodfiend. Bloodfiend is just so much easier, right? Especially in faster. Quicker. Like if someone was to sneak, if like Lemon was to sneak into the DLC to do a square, I would imagine that would be Bloodfiend. And Lemon actually is going into the DLC. Rambler does get Demi-Human Queens down there.
Yep.
Nicely done by Rambler.
Is he finishing Bloodhound Knight? He is.
Yeah,
we're
Rambler.
Not seeing a Bloodhound Knight skip. What's the fucking point?
Look, if Rambler can get Bloodhound Knights, though, look, if Rambler there's a way back because Rambler has the lead. Rambler already killed DTS. He has the lead on Sewer Mog. Obviously, we don't know what Rambler or Lemon's doing, but if Rambler can get Bloodhound Knights and Sewer Mog, and then Jay can clean up all the DLC, they win this game.
Which is like insane. I was playing a practice game with Jay yesterday where we had done something similar where we lost in the early game. Did a little 2v. Okay.
Wait, Lemon sniped Jay on Death Knight? Okay. We will make sure that mark is clean in when I see it 8 minutes, like in 8 minutes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, he's no longer the spectator, he's now the silent killer.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that mark does kind of put them in hell at this point. We were doing our counting, we were banking on Jay getting all those DLC, but yeah, I mean Lemon's currently the board time is obviously 101. The time on Lemon Scream is 53:15. Yeah, I mean, Jay has to go Bloodfiend right now. The thing, team.
Yeah.
Budget Hitless, though, is only 2 squares away, right? Like Plassey and then Gargs, right? And Cronies is set up for both of them, is the problem.
Yeah, exactly.
And meanwhile, like Rambler has to continue finishing these Bloodhound Knights. Like he can't just let it sit, right? And I don't know if they're going to be able to take away either Gargs or Plassey from Cronies here. And the only way would be if he has a really slow Plassey fight or potentially a death, right? And then there's a Garg snipe.
Yeah, the problem is Rembler doesn't even have Verdun dead.
Yeah. And like in Bloodhound Knights is just the fastest, easiest square on the board. Like he has outside of Bloodfiend in the DLC, right? Like they both have to go for, like Jay has to go for Bloodfiend and Rambler has to go for Knights, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
We'll have the GIF conversation with Lemon after the match, but there's nothing that can be done at this point. It just is what it is. In singles, we could maybe stop the match or whatever. Just it's so complicated to stop 2v2 matches.
Yeah.
All right, we see Cronies in on Plassie. The key here, I think for them, if Cronies gets this first try, I think they have this in the bag. If he dies or has an incredibly slow fight, there's a chance that Rambler could finish Knights and snipe Gargs, like, because that's basically what we need to have happen. Or what, old but gold. I say I typically, and if you guys don't notice, I end up rooting for the team who's behind, right? I like close games, so.
Yeah. Day is in Bloodfiend Cave. He will have moved second to it.
Yeah.
If he was going. But obviously we have zero clue what Lemon is doing.
Yeah, unfortunately we have no clue. Ronnie's just having a pretty nice Plassie here so far.
I like that out of you.
He's so good, right? Like, he's just having such a clean fight. He's amazing. I'm totally not trying to caster curse him right now. Okay, according to Casey, listening in on Cronus' stream, it sounds like Lemon is fighting Hippo, maybe going for Romina.
Yeah, makes sense. At this point, you're calling your opponent's prio.
Yeah, I think, and it makes sense too. Like, it's fairly obvious that Jay is going Bloodfiend immediately after the Death Knight snipe, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this Plassie square is really, really important. Rambler's doing Bloodhound Knights. He doesn't have a choice, like you were saying.
Yeah, and Cronus already has has a Grace set up for Gargs, right?
Yep.
And that would just win if Cronus is able to finish this out.
Yeah.
Rambler gets that Bloodhound Knight down, and he only needs one more. And Jay does get the Chief Bloodfiend down. Very nicely done by Jay here. Let's go ahead and get Cronus up on the big screen as he does try to finish out this Plassie and gets a huge stagger there.
Oh my god, I think he was right. I think he was about to fly away. The rot and the frost on this weapon is doing work for him.
Rambler gets the final Bloodhound Knight down. A little Bloodhound's Fang on Bloodhound's Fang action. It's an 11-9 game. We might be seeing a Romina race. Maybe.
I think, I don't know if we'll see a Romina race. There might be one.
And Rambler's going sewer mode. That Death Knight snipe was just so devastating.
Yeah.
Cronus does get Plassie down there. There we go. Only one square left for budget Hitless here. I would presume that will be Valiant Gargs from Cronus.
100%.
Well, how funny would it be if we just see Lemon like dies to Death Knight and just mark the square? And we just see it 8 minutes in the past. I don't know what I would do.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we would do. Is the truth.
All right, with Cronus, going for Gargs, and this would be the victory. Really, I mean, a really nicely played game by the whole team, but by Team 100%. Budget Hitless. But like, really, Cronus has just been rock solid this game, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's made a mistake this game. Like, in all honesty,
he died to a skip one time.
Okay, well, I mean,
it is what it is. Right?
If you want to count that, all right. But I mean, the Vike, in my opinion, I think actually the play of the game was the Vike.
That Vike was insane, right?
Yeah.
Especially because not only was that a huge kill, right, doing it hitless, but also he got all the juice that he needed, right?
Yep.
And
that was also the play that, like, that
Full
let them sack DLC.
Yeah, we'll go full screen with Cronies here as he goes in for Valiant Guards and the win for Team Budget Hitless. Unless Lemon just randomly marks like Romina or something. Dude, Cronies is just destroying these guards.
Plus 25 strike damage is just, oh my god. Poison, classic. Really good use of the throwing daggers.
Yeah, that's something that like I've seen from people who are like kind of classically trained like speedrunners or hitless runners, right? Those throwing daggers are so used. Like Helios, obviously his kind of before he's been playing bingo for so long, but like he is a speedrunner, right? Zeno back in the day, who I talk about a lot, like he always used throwing daggers, right? And now we see Cronies using it, right? They're just so valuable for keeping up that poise damage. And there goes the Valiant Guards, and there goes the win for Team Budget Hitless. A huge win and a huge weekend for them. And also Lemon did correct. Oh, hey, Lemon's stream finally updated. He was fighting Romina.
Holy
wow, Lemon's stream cuts into the future, and he was fighting Romina. Okay. But a really big win for Team Budget Hitless and a really big weekend for them, right? They lost their first match there to Sci-Fi and Shura, right? And then they had 2 games this weekend, getting a win in both games, right? Moving them to 2-1. That's a really big win for them as they look to push for the playoffs in this league, right? And for Jay and Rambler, right? Obviously disappointing with the loss, but like, gotta say they've had, every game is brutal, but Lemon and Cronies and the schedule they played so far has been particularly difficult, but granted, like there's no easy games, right? Everyone has a difficult schedule in this league.
Absolutely.
With that being said, though, we're gonna go ahead and bring the players in here for the post-match interview. Welcome in, gentlemen. Welcome in. GG's.
What a cowardly game! 2v1ing me!
I only have one question. Was that Castle Boss's Renala, or did you make the most single brain cell Nile mark?
Nile.
I just don't see that. There's no reason to do Nile on this board, but I was like, with my deaths to Rolana, I'm like, I don't think he went Rolana because he would have taken it from me. So
there was a reason, and it was a very bad reason because I did not do what I was gonna do. But Nile has my 7s.
Fair enough. Okay, fair enough. No, good work, man.
And then I
we
did
didn't
not
stand a
grab my
chance.
7s.
Yeah.
We didn't stand a chance.
In that, there was a chance that Death Knight snipe was brutal, and we actually had no idea it was happening because Lemon's stream like died halfway through the game and was like 8 minutes behind. So,
sick, bro.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So
it's
we
always
just
me, man.
Dude, we just like, and it wasn't like because in the past it's been, I know we've had some issues with the multi, but I like was watching your actual stream, was not a multi issue. But yeah, like literally we were watching you about to enter the fight, and then Lemon just marks it, and I was like, well, I guess we'll check in 8 minutes. In 8 minutes we'll see if that was a clean mark or if Lemon just clicked there.
Okay, wait. It was a multi-issue or was it a me issue?
It was a you issue this time. In the past, it's been a multi-issue. I checked on my phone too, and yeah. But yeah, I mean that was it was definitely an ideal board, I think, for Lemon and Cronies, right? I think they're 2 of the strongest base game players in the entire league on the same team. And definitely not a board that favored old but gold here.
Yeah, that's what I was talking to Jay now. Like, this is probably the worst possible board for us. Like, with not only a lot of base game that I cannot defend, but also a diagonal that was so nasty that I had to block immediately. So I couldn't even get anything out of like, I don't know, trying to get like on Altus before, I couldn't. So
Right.
Yeah. But talking to Lemon and Cronies here, right? Like obviously that's another big win for you guys. You played a double as you will for many weekends. But you go 2-0 this weekend, moving to 2-1 in the league. How are you guys feeling?
Great. I thought the 2 per week was gonna suck, but that's not bad. I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed it and that it's been fun, because that was obviously like a big win for you guys, right? Moving up in the league, like no game is easy, and getting off to a nice 2-1 start is fantastic for you. Obviously, for Rambler and Jay, I feel like it's been a tough schedule for you guys to start, and obviously like not an ideal board here, but still a lot of bingo left to be played, right? And you guys have played so well. Like there's like I said, if it like we said last week, right? This one was a little like little bit more in the favor of Lemon and Cronies, but like literally,
Of course,
for
other than the other
13,
two,
12, right? Like you very well
Yeah.
could be 2-1 as well. Like you're not out of it, right? Like you very well can still make a run at this thing.
I still stand on the sentiment that anybody in the Golden Order can go 0-8 and be at the top of Golden Order because just how competitive. But when I said that, I didn't think it was going to be fucking me, boys.
yeah, I could say like the first game was very very close to like whoever gets the final guess correctly, right? The second game was my gameplay getting in the way. Because if I get that fucking Bofa duo, we probably win. This game was just like overdetermined by the board. I would say like it was very difficult for us from the start. We had a chance, but it was very harsh to start with. So it is what it is. It happens.
Yeah.
I'm not that beat up about it because, well, Cronies and Lemon are so strong that like even if the board was very much in our favor, we could still lose. So
Sure.
I'm glad we didn't go without a bit of a battle. At least like I got a couple squares that I wasn't expecting to get. So
if Jay gets that Death Knight, right, it's a very different game, right? It was just really hard, like because there was a real chance there. It was just very hard with like the Surmog and the Gargs at the end, right? Like you couldn't cover both, right?
Sure.
And I do want to give a shout out to Cronies here. Like I think he was the biggest difference in this game, right? Like it was like he was just Mr. Hitless. He was lights out, rock solid, like all game. And I just think that made the biggest difference in this one because there were some mistakes like on all sides, as the format is intended to do, right? Like it's very hard for a reason. Like mistakes are gonna happen, but like Cronies was just a rock the entire game for budget Hitless, and I mean the Vike was insane, dude. Vike
What the
Hitless
fuck was
with
that
no
Vike?
vig.
We actually said that when it got marked. Rambler went, Jesus.
Yeah,
14
that was
vigor, dude.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
dude. You might as well just have set up RTSR for that fight, bro.
True. I've practiced him a lot for the Death's Poker run, so I felt good enough about it that I could pull it off.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, so I mean, before you head out and take your break before the next match, is it playing, by the way, the next match?
So the next match isn't happening, just to give stream an update because it came up. I will continue stream. I'm gonna be hopefully finishing my Rando Deathless all bosses. We have base game done and we have the DLC left, so I'll be doing that after we wrap up here today.
Yeah, what I will say is I don't think it made the difference, but there were 3 squares that I wanted. The first one not so bad, which was castle bosses. I probably should have done it earlier, even with my deaths to Rolana, which my first death was very heartbreaking. But anyway, not to get off that soapbox. But the other one was I wanted to go I didn't trust my gut, and I wanted to go NPC bosses after or before hippos, and I ported a Gatefront, and then I left. And I think if I go NPC bosses and get Death Knight, but I just still don't think it was. I don't think it made a difference because, I'm assuming Lemon, you went Rykard Godric with those Gelmir bosses and whatnot. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Or yeah, Rykard Noble and all that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good deal. GG's, boys. You guys played really well.
GG's to you
Yeah,
too.
GG's,
Y'all pulled
yeah.
it back.
Yeah, I mean, like everyone played well. Like it was the difference was just like there were the usual usual like no, it's so hard to play a perfect game here in this format, and it just obviously also the board favored them, but cronies did right and made the difference here in this one. But it was a fantastic game to watch. Thank you guys so much for allowing us to commentate, and thank you guys for playing.
Yeah,
everyone
thanks for commentating, boys.
Also to the viewers,
having
thank you
us.
guys so much for watching. Right, like I just want to say, I've been running bingo leagues for a very long time. Right, I used to do it in the past for 10 people. Right, and just seeing so many people in the streams enjoying bingo, enjoying the broadcast and being a part of the community is just absolutely amazing. Right, like at the end of the day, we love bingo, we love the competition, but nothing means more to us than just building this wonderful community that we've built. And thank you guys all, viewers, players, referees, commentators, Harv on the pre-match introductions. Thank you guys all so much for being a part of it. And if you do want to join the community, ! Ignite, join not Team Ingite, Team Ignite. And we would love to have you. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to take a short break here, and then we will be back doing randomizer deathless all bosses. So we will see you guys very soon.